did your master, the Mashiach Yahushai. They scorned him. They laughed at him. They did everything they can do to make him feel grief because of this word. So we going through the same thing.
Shalom, shalom, all praises due to the Most High Yahweh, the King of the universe, the King, the omnipotent King of the earth, the dreadful ruler, the most merciful, and the greatest power that ever lived and will ever be, the Most High Yahweh. As we approach this day, we are the Hebrew Israelites, and we're here to bring forth the words of the Most High to our people, to bring forth the words of the Bible that's written by the prophets of the Most High. According to the true biblical facts and records, according to archaeological, anthropological, and biblical records, the so-called black man and black woman in America are the true descendants of the Hebrew Israelites. That's a fact, and that's what we're teaching. According to the Bible, America is known as Babylon the Great. America is the place where the Most High is going to hold his judgment. America is reserved for the day of judgment. We're living in a day of judgment where the Most High is going to bring forth his judgment upon the sinful kingdom. Get me the book of Amos, the 9th chapter. I want to put this vibration out here first, because America is a sinful and evil place. America has no regard for the Most High's laws, statutes, or commandments. They say, God we trust, but do this country really trust in the Most High? Do they uphold the laws of the Most High? Every time you turn around, you see they're being passing laws for homosexuals, or gay agenda, all these foolishness. But the Most High said he has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
That's right.
Amos, the 9th chapter, and start from the 10th verse. So the Most High said, I will destroy from off the face of the earth.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 10.
Bring it out.
All the sinners of my people should die by the sword.
Stop right there. So the Most High said, through the prophet Amos, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. What makes you a sinner? When you transgress the Most High's laws.
That's right.
Okay? So the Most High said, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. What is sin? Transgression of the Most High's law. Sin is not transgression of America's laws. Okay? Because America does not abide by the Most High laws.
That's right.
America abides by their own democracy. Their laws that they have imposed upon the people. So let's read that verse again.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 10. All the sinners of my people should die by the sword.
That's what the Most High said. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. What is the sword? Any form of killing instrument. Okay? The number one sword today is a gun. That's the number one sword that's being used. So the Most High said, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. Go ahead.
Which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
But go up to the next verse. Go back up to the next verse. I missed that verse.
Verse 9.
Read that verse.
For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel.
Go up to 8. Go up to the 8th verse.
Verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Most High power are upon the sinful kingdom.
So the eyes of the Most High God are upon the sinful kingdom. What is that sinful kingdom? That sinful kingdom is America. Back in the ancient world, it was our kingdom when we disobeyed the Most High, when we transgressed the Most High laws. But bring it up to today's standards, The evil kingdom today that's ruling is America and all of the European powers that's ruling the earth.
That's right.
Read that verse again.
Verse 8 from the top. Behold, the eyes of the Most High Power are upon the sinful kingdom.
So the eyes of the Most High God are upon the sinful kingdom. Go ahead.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
What did the Most High say? And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Read again.
Verse 8 from the top. Behold, the eyes of the Most High Power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
That's what the Most High said. He said, I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Continue.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob.
So the Most High said, saving that he will not utterly destroy the house of Israel. Who's the house of Israel? The 12 tribes of Israel scattered abroad. Mainly here in America, the islands of the Caribbean, Central America, South America, and the four corners of the earth.
Right.
Even in Africa too. In the continent of Africa, there are Israelites.
That's right.
But we're mainly here in the western part of this world called the Americas. Read that part again. Saving that will not only destroy.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob.
Right, so the Most High is not going to utterly destroy the house of Jacob. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord. Verse 9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel.
So the Most High said he will command and he will sift the house of Israel. How is he going to sift the house of Israel?
Right.
He's going to sift us from amongst all the nations of the earth. And he's going to sift us through what? Tribulations, trials, and error. That's how he's going to sift us. Through the tribulation that he's going to put us through as a people. That's how he's going to sift the house of Israel amongst all nations. Because we're scattered into all nations upon the face of the earth. Read that verse again.
Verse 9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel from among all nations.
And that's what the Most High is going to do. He's going to sift the house of Israel from amongst all nations. We're scattered into the Philippines, China, Japan, okay, out there in the Pacific Islands, all right? We're scattered into the four corners of the earth. And the Most High is going to sift the house of Israel. Continue.
Like as corn is sieved in a sieve.
So the Most High is giving an example like he sifts corn in a sieve. He's going to sift us like you sift corn in a sieve. Continue.
Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
But not the least grain of the Israelites shall fall upon the ground. Why? Because the Most High is going to get the best and the worst of us, and he's going to transform us and to be his people all over again. Continue.
Verse 10. All the sinners of my people should die by the sword.
So the Most High said, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. And the sinners of the Most High people is going to die by the sword. All the sinners of the Most High is going to die by the sword. And how do you sin? When you transgress the Most High's laws. Sin is a transgression of the Most High's laws. Continue.
Which say, the evil shall not overtake nor
And that's what our people are saying. Oh, that's not going to happen, brother. No evil's not going to overtake us. America will not be destroyed, but America will be destroyed in your lifetime.
That's right.
In your lifetime, America will be destroyed. We're living in the end of Gentiles' rulership.
That's right.
We're in the end of the Gentiles' rulership in the face of the earth. We're living in the fourth beast, known as the Greco-Roman Empire. That's the time we're living in. That's the time that Yahushua Christ, the Messiah, spoke about. When you see all these things happening in the earth, know that the time is near. I said, don't let nobody deceive you.
Right.
Okay? We're living in a time of one of the greatest time in the history that the Most High is going to show upon this earth.
That's right.
Continue reading that verse.
Verse 10 again. All the sinners of my people should die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
And that's what our people said. The evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. But this great evil is going to come upon the face of the earth. Hold that and go to the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter. Daniel, the 12th chapter, we're going to start from the top. Because the Most High says it's going to be a time of great evil since there was ever a nation upon the face of this earth up until this day. It's going to be a time of great evil. And that's the time we're living in. We live in the time where this white man is going to institute the mark of the beast. And the mark of the beast is that chip that's going to be implanted into your hand. And it says, no man can buy or sell, say that he have that mark of the beast. And that's the time that we approach it. And it's going to be a dreadful time upon this earth. Read Daniel 12:1.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up.
At what time? In the last days that we're living in. Who's Michael? Michael is a great archangel that's going to stand up for us in these last days. Why is he going to stand up? We're going to let the Bible tell you. Continue.
The great prince which standeth for the children of my people.
The great prince which standeth for my people. Michael is that great archangel. That's the chief angel of war. And Michael is going to stand up in that day. Continue.
And there shall be a time of trouble.
And it says it's going to be a time of trouble. What trouble? A great trouble that's engulfed this earth. Okay? It's going to be a time of war, destruction, famine, you name it. All these events is going to hit this earth very soon. What you see taking place in Russia with Ukraine, that's just the beginning of what's to come upon the face of the earth. Continue.
And there shall be the time of trouble.
It's going to be a time of trouble. Continue.
Such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And that at that time thy people shall be delivered.
So the Most High said, and at that time thy people shall be delivered. Why are you going to be delivered? Because it's going to be a time of great evil and great distress. Great destruction. Continue.
Everyone that is found written in the book.
And everyone that's found written in the book. What book? The Bible. The book of the Most High. The Bible is the book of the Most High. Read that part again.
Everyone that is found written in the book.
And every one of us that's found written in the book that the Most High has said to be delivered and to be saved out of this great destruction. Continue.
Verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
See? And some is going to be resurrected to life, and some is going to be raising and put back to death and shame.
That's right.
Read that part again, because they probably didn't hear that good.
That's right.
Some is going to be resurrected to life, and some is going to be resurrected and be put back to death and everlasting contempt and shame. Read again.
Verse 2 again. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth.
Stop right there. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth, meaning those that are dead in the earth, that are dead. Continue.
Shall awake.
Some is going to awake in the last days. Continue.
Some to everlasting life.
Some to everlasting life.
And some to shame and everlasting contempt.
And some to shame and everlasting contempt. You're going to be resurrected and be put back to death all over again. Continue.
Verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
And those that be wise, what makes you wise? The laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High makes you wise. Those that be wise shall shine as what?
As the brightness of the firmament.
You shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, like the stars. Okay? Continue.
And they that turn many to righteousness.
And they that turn many to righteousness.
As the stars forever and ever. Verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words.
But the Most High said, O Daniel, shut up the book. Shut up these words. Continue.
And seal the book.
And seal the book. So this book was sealed for a long time. Continue.
Even to the time of the end.
Even to the time of the end. Now the book is being opened now. Continue.
Many shall run to and fro.
Many shall run to and fro.
And knowledge shall be increased.
And knowledge shall be increased. And knowledge has been increased. The
That's
knowledge
right.
of technology and the knowledge of the Most High's truth has been increased. Now go back to the book of Amos, the 9th chapter. So what we're teaching out here is biblical truth, biblical prophecies as to who the people of the Most High are.
Right.
The so-called black man in America are the true Hebrew Israelites.
That's right.
The so-called Europeans that claim to be Jews are not Jews.
That's right.
They're imposters. They will never be Jews and will never be the people of the Most High.
Right.
And they're in for a rude awakening, just like some of our people are in for a rude awakening. All right? Because this truth is out. And if you don't get this truth now, there is no excuse in the end.
Right.
The Most High said there's no excuse. He said those that know it's going to be beaten with many stripes, and they that know little it's going to be beaten with few stripes.
That's right.
So nobody escapes the Most High's judgment. So you can walk up and down and act like you don't understand and you don't hear, but when the time comes, there's no excuse to tell the Most High. There's no excuse to tell the Most High in that day. Continue reading.
Verse 11.
Yes.
Verse 11. This is Micah chapter 9, verse 11.
No, Amos.
Amos 9, verse 11. Salakim. In that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David.
So the Most High said, in that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David. What day? In the last days, the days that we're living in. And we're living in that time where the Most High is going to raise up the tabernacle of David. Continue.
That is fallen.
That is fallen because we fell as a nation. And we're still in a ruined state. I mean, hit you with some black people. You're still in slavery. You're not free.
That's right.
Okay? Abraham Lincoln never freed the slaves.
That's right.
Okay? You're in a high-tech 21st century slave. You're not free. Okay? When you're freed, you don't vote for nobody.
Right.
You don't vote to put a governor in office.
That's right.
You don't vote to put a president in office. You don't vote for nobody. So don't tell me you're free when you have to vote. If you're voting, you're not free.
Right.
You're a high-tech slave. So the Most High said he's going to rebuild the tabernacle of David that is fallen. Read that verse again.
Verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David.
So the Most High said, in that day will I build up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. Continue.
That is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof.
And close up the breaches there. What is the breaches? All the division that's amongst our people. Eventually, the Most High is going to close up that breach. Continue.
And I will raise up his ruins.
And the Most High is going to raise up his ruins. What is our ruins? The state that we're in as a people. Negativity. Disorder. Confusion. Disunity. Hatred. That's the ruined state that we're in as a people. So the Most High said, I will raise up his ruins. Continue.
And I will build it as in the day of old.
And the Most High says he's going to build it as in the days of old. The Most High is going to build us back up as in the days of old. Continue.
Verse 12. That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
And the Most High said that we may possess the remnant of Edom. That's a future prophecy.
That's right.
So that means the Edomites are still here today.
That's right.
People, oh no, the Edomites are not here. We don't know who the Edomites are. But why do the Most High said we're going to possess the remnant of Edom?
That's right.
Because the remnant of Edom is still controlling and running this earth. Okay? The Edomites are still here today.
That's right.
Okay? And they're not no secret people somewhere hiding. Okay? The Edomites are still here today. Read that part again.
Verse 12. That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
So the Most High said that we may possess the remnant of Edom. Continue.
And of all the heathen which are called by my name.
And all the heathens that are called by my name. What are the heathens that are called by the Most High name? I'm a Christian. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. I'm a Roman Catholic. All you are damn heathens that call yourself by the Most High name. I'm a child of God. The only child of God are the children of Israel.
That's
so
right.
the Most High said we're going to possess the remnant of the heathens that are called by his name. And the main one that's doing that are you so-called Jews. You so-called Jews over here in Brooklyn and over in Israel, you're the main one that's saying you're a child of the Most High.
Right.
Read that verse again.
And of all the heathen which are called by my name.
And all the heathens that are called by the Most High name, continue.
Save the Most High that doeth this.
Save the Most High that doeth this. That's saying you're a Christian. Saying you're an Israeli. You're Jewish. No, you're not. Continue.
Verse 13. Behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that the plowman should overtake the reaper.
Check that out. You know what that is? That's a heavy saying. Do you understand what that's saying? The Most High said, the reaper shall, read again.
Verse 13 again, behold, the days come, which saith the Most High, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper.
Check that out. That's a heavy saying. The Most High said, the days are coming that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. Who's the plowman today? The poor people of the earth. You're the plowman that's plowing for the riches, for the rich. And the rich are the one that's reaping the benefits.
That's right.
While you're plowing and toiling for him. So the Most High said, the day shall come that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. Let's prove that. Hold that. Let's go to the book of James, the 2nd chapter. James, the 2nd chapter, start from the 6th verse. The plowmen are the poor people, mainly you so-called black people. You're the plowman that's reaping the benefits for the rich of this world. And the rich is reaping the benefits of the earth. Who do you think is in Africa, raping Africa of its riches and resources? The rich. Who's in the Caribbean islands reaping the benefits of the Caribbean islands? The rich. And who's the plowman? You so-called black people. What's a plowman? A plowman is a man that works the fields. That's doing all the hard work, the toiling, the tilling, and getting minimum wages. James, the 2nd chapter and the 6th verse.
This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 6. But ye have despised the poor.
That's what it says, and the Bible said, but ye have despised the poor. Who has despised the poor? The rich, the powerful. Ye have despised the poor. Read it again.
But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you?
Yes, do not rich men oppress you? Rich men oppress you. But leave it to a Negro. We're not being oppressed. I have a job.
Right.
Negro. Negro. If you're working for minimum wage, you're being oppressed.
That's right.
If you're working for minimum wage, you're being oppressed.
That's right.
If you pay excessive taxes, you're being oppressed.
That's right.
If the rich is not paying taxes and you paying taxes, you're being oppressed. Read that verse again.
This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 6. But ye have despised the poor.
But ye have despised the poor, the rich. Go ahead.
Do not rich men oppress you?
Do not rich men oppress you? Yes, they do. Rich men oppress you every day, but you can't see it. Oh no, I have a job. I have a good job. Rich men oppress you every day by making laws. They impose laws upon you to oppress you. Continue.
And draw you before the judgment seat.
And draw you before the judgment seat. When you don't pay your taxes, what happened? Who comes looking for you? The IRS.
That's right.
And said, listen, if you don't pay these taxes, we either going to garnish your paycheck, we either going to freeze your account, or you have to spend some time in jail.
Right.
Those are the choices. Or we give you time to pay it off, or you can work out a deal where you pay this every month. But they don't do that to the rich. Look at Trump. Trump went for at least 10 years without paying taxes. Is the IRS tracking Trump down? Is Trump in jail?
No, never.
But you don't pay your taxes, see what happened. Read that verse again.
Verse 6. But ye have despised the poor.
But ye have despised the poor. Go ahead.
Do not rich men oppress you?
Do not rich men oppress you? Go ahead.
And draw you before judgment seat?
And draw you before the judgment seat, before their court systems? They draw you in their court systems. I said, how do you plead? Do you plead guilty or innocent? And you have to get a lawyer. Your Honor, how do I plead, Your Honor? Well, just take a plea bargain and we'll get you off of that. They always want you to take a plea bargain. Say you're guilty and just pay the fine. They draw you before the judgment seat. Read that verse again.
This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 6. But ye have despised the poor.
But ye have despised the poor. Go ahead.
Do not rich men oppress you?
Do not rich men oppress you like they do all the time from the time of slavery up until this very day? Rich men oppress you. Continue.
And draw you before the judgment seat?
And draw you before the judgment seat. What is the judgment seat? Their court systems.
Right.
Okay? Continue.
Verse 7. Do not they blaspheme the worthy name by which ye are called.
And that's what rich people do. They blaspheme that worthy name that you are called by. What is that name? The children of Israel.
That's right.
That's your name. The Israelites. That's the name the Most High gave you. Israel is your name. That's that worthy name that the Most High gave you. And they blaspheme that name. Continue.
Verse 8. If you fulfill the royal law according to the scriptures.
That's it. Now go back to the book of Amos. So you are oppressed. So the Most High said the day's going to come that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. That's the time we're living in. And the Most High is going to raise up the plowman to overtake the reaper. Because the reaper has been reaping for all these centuries.
Right.
And the Most High is going to put an end. The Most High is going to flip the switch. Just like Eddie Murphy had a movie called Changing Places. Go check that movie out. Trading Places. That was a good movie.
That's
a good example of the rich losing his position and the poor being on top.
Right.
And he couldn't deal with that situation. Yeah. But that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a trading place. The poor is going to be elevated and the rich is going to be brought down.
That's right.
That's the time we're living in. Continue. Read that part.
From the top again.
Yes.
Verse 13 from Amos chapter 9, verse 13. Behold, the days come, saith the Most High.
Who's saying this? The Most High is saying this. But the days come, saith the Most High, that the reaper, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. Go ahead.
That the plowman should overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes.
And the treader of grapes. Who's the treader of grapes? If you're treading grapes, what kind of job are you doing? A menial, lowly job.
That's right.
A hard, busting job that's paying minimum wages. I bring up today's standards. All the jobs that we have are damn minimum wage job. If you're getting paid $20 an hour, that's still minimum wage.
That's right.
What the hell is $20 an hour? $20 an hour ain't nothing after they take taxes.
That's right.
Because your rent is more than your paycheck.
That's right.
So don't tell me you're not being oppressed.
Yeah, right.
If your rent and your mortgage is more than your paycheck, you're being oppressed.
That's right.
So put that in your cigar and smoke it. Continue.
And the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed.
Right, and the treader of grapes, him that sows seeds, meaning the man that's doing all the hard laborer's job. Continue.
And the mountains shall drop sweet wine.
And the mountains shall drop down sweet wine. Continue.
And all the hills shall melt.
And all the hills, all the major governments are going to be brought down. America, Russia, Britain, China, all world governments are going to be brought down when Christ makes his second return. When Hamashiach Yahushua makes his second return in this earth.
Right.
Continue.
Verse 14. And I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel.
You hear that? Hear the Most High saying? So Negroes, don't tell me you're not in slavery. Read that part again. The Most High said, I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel. What does that mean? Meaning the Most High to bring you out of slavery, out of captivity, out of your exile, out of your poor way of life. So you're still in slavery. That's all it's saying.
Right.
Read that verse again.
Verse 14. And I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel, and they shall build the waste cities.
Hear the Most High said? I love that. The Most High said, and I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel. Hold that. Go to Ezekiel 28. Ezekiel 28 and 25. The Most High got all through the scripture. The Most High said, and I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel. Why? Because we're still in captivity. The Most High said the captive exile hastened that he might be loose. Okay? Ezekiel, you got it? 28, 25?
Yeah. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28, verse 25. Thus saith the Most High Power, when I shall gather the house of Israel.
Heard the Most High said? Thus saith the Most High Power, when I shall have gathered the house of Israel. This is a future tense. This is yet to be fulfilled. We're living in those times and in that days. Continue.
From the people among whom they are scattered.
From the people amongst who they are scattered. Where are we scattered? Amongst all the different people of the earth. Continue.
and shall be sanctified in them
And the Most High says it's going to be sanctified in us. Go ahead.
in the sight of the heathens.
In the sight of the heathens, which means the nations. Continue.
Then shall they dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Jacob.
And the Most High said, then shall we dwell into the land that I have given to my servant Jacob. That's a future prophecy. So that shows you that the so-called white man that claims to be a Jew in Israel are not the people of the Most High.
That's right.
Okay? Now go back to Amos. I want to also get Ezekiel, get Jeremiah 46. Jeremiah 46. I think it's Jeremiah 46, and I think it's the 48 verse, I think.
46.
Yeah, I think it's the last verse. Jeremiah 40, try 40, 48, I think it's 48.
48?
Yeah, 48, yeah. Jeremiah 48, I think it's the last two verses.
Woe be unto thee, O Moab.
That's it?
Yeah, that's the last two verses, 48 over there.
Okay, what is it in 26? 48, 26.
48, 26.
Yeah.
Make ye him drunkard for to magnify himself against the Most High.
No, okay, go to 46. Try 46. 46 chapter. 46 chapter. The 46th chapter. So what we're showing you is the children of Israel still in captivity this day. What it says, 46 and 28.
Copy that.
46, what it says.
Fear thou not, O Jacob, my servant, saith the Most High. I am with thee, for I will make a full end of the nation. That's it?
Yeah. Only say a verse above it.
Oh, okay.
Read a verse above it, yeah.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 46, verse 27. But fear not thou, O my servant Jacob.
So that's what the Most High said. Fear thou not, O my servant Jacob. Who is Jacob? Jacob represents the so-called black people scattered in the Americas, the islands of the Caribbean, Central America, South America, and even the continent of Africa and in the four corners of the earth. You're Jacob. Continue.
And be not dismayed.
The Most High said, don't be dismayed, O Jacob. Don't be dismayed of what you see is going to take place in these last days. Continue.
O Israel.
O Israel. That's who you are. You're Israel. Continue.
For, behold, I will save thee from afar off.
So the Most High said, I will save you from afar. Why? Because you have been scattered afar off. Continue.
And thy seed from the land of their captivity.
And it says, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. So the Most High always going back to what? Captivity, because as a nation of people, we're still in captivity.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
And Jacob shall return.
And the Most High said, Jacob shall return. That's future tense. Jacob shall return. Go ahead.
And be in rest.
And be in rest. That's future. Are we in rest as a people? We're not resting. You working hard, paying taxes, catching hell. Oh man, I don't want to work today. I don't feel like it. I gotta pay this rent. You're not resting. You're catching hell. Continue.
And at ease.
And at ease, go ahead.
And none shall make him afraid.
And none is going to make us afraid. Continue.
Verse 28. Fear thou not, O Jacob, my
So
servant.
the Most High said, don't fear, O Jacob, my son. Go ahead.
Saith the Most High.
Saith the Most High. Go ahead.
For I am with thee.
The Most High said, I am with thee, O Jacob. Go ahead.
For I will make a full end of all the nations.
The Most High said he's going to make a full end of all the nations. Go ahead.
Whether I have driven thee.
Whether he has driven us, because we are driven out into the four corners of the earth. Go ahead.
But I will not make a full end of thee.
But the Most High said he will not make a full end of us. Go ahead.
But correct thee in measure.
And the Most High said that's what he's going to do to us as a people. He will correct us in measure. And that's what he's been doing. He's been correcting us in measure in the land of our captivity. Go ahead.
Yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished.
And the Most High said, yet he will not leave us wholly unpunished. Go ahead.
That's it.
That's it.
Yes.
All right. Now from there, go back to Amos, and then hold that and go to Isaiah 51. Isaiah 51 and 14. But hold Amos and go to Isaiah 51 and 14. Because the Most High said, the captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose. All right. So we are captive exile in the land of our enemies. And we're yet to be free from the oppression, from the servitude, from the bondage. Isaiah 51:14.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 14. The captive exile hasteneth.
Stop right there. The Most High said, the captive exile hasteneth. He wants to hurriedly be loose from his captivity. The captive exile, go ahead.
That he may be loose.
That he may be loose, go ahead.
And that he should not die in the pit.
That he should not die in the pit. Continue.
Nor that his bread should fail.
Nor that his bread shall fail. What is your bread? Your resources. Your money. Read from the top again.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 51 verse 14. The captive exile hasteneth, that he may be loose, that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread shall fail.
All right. So the Most High let you know that you're still a captive exile. So I don't want to hear no black man tell me, but brother, I'm not in slavery, brother. Brother, all of us are still in captivity.
Right.
Every last one of us. I don't care if you made it, or you're an NBA star making $1 billion a year. You're still a captive exile.
That's right.
I don't care if you're who's the top player now? LeBron? You're still a captive exile.
That's right.
Okay? I don't care if you're the biggest rap star, making millions, billions. You're still a captive exile. All right? So go back to the book of Amos. Oh, we finished that, right? In Amos, right?
Yeah,
we finished that, right?
Yeah,
All right, so loose that. Go to Ezekiel 39. Ezekiel 39 and start from the 22nd verse. Gotta hop on this topic because it amazes me that our people could say that we're free. You don't know what freedom is. Do the black man know what freedom is? Do the black woman know what freedom is? Huh? Do you really know what freedom is? Black man, black woman, Puerto Rican. I'm a Puerto Rican. You know what the hell is freedom? You don't know what freedom is. Okay? If you know what freedom is, you will understand the Most High program.
Right.
And black people, don't tell me you're free. You're not free when you're voting every year.
That's right.
When you're voting for a damn senator or a governor.
That's right.
Or a president. You're not free. That's not freedom. That's servitude. That's
right.
Bondage.
Right.
That's captivity. That's oppression.
That's right.
That's high-tech slavery.
That's right.
And when you're celebrating these Christmas days, that's slavery too.
That's right.
When you talk about ho ho ho, Merry Christmas, that's slavery. When you put a Christmas tree in your house, that's slavery.
That's right.
When you say Santa's bringing gifts, that's slavery. All this crap that you do in America is slavery.
That's right.
Brainwashing of the mind. Servitude. A slave mentality. The white man took off the shackles, but he left you with what? A simple-minded person. There's a song said, Babylon released the chains, but them still I use them brains.
That's right.
How Babylon using the brains? They're using high-tech psychological warfare and slavery against you.
That's
they
right.
took off the physical shackles, but they're using you mentally and spiritually as their slave.
Right.
That's how you're a slave in America.
That's right.
And first of all, you don't have no economical power.
Right.
You don't have no political power.
Right.
You don't have no military power.
That's
you
right.
have no power that this white man had. So that makes you what? A first-rate class slave.
That's right.
Now don't tell me you're not a slave. Because all of us still in slavery here in America.
That's right.
Abraham Lincoln never freed the slave. All he did was took off the shackles and put you in the power of the state to control you. The state is what's controlling you.
That's right.
Okay? Not no more the physical slave owner, but the state government is controlling you. And tell me I'm lying.
Right.
So, brother, you don't know what you're talking about. You talking out your ass. Well, prove me wrong.
That's right.
Prove me wrong. Let's read Ezekiel 39:22.
21.
Ezekiel 39:22.
Oh. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 39, verse 22.
Bring it out.
And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity.
See it right there? Hear the Most High said? The Most High said the heathens. The heathen means nations. The Most High said the heathen shall know that you went into slavery for what? for your disobedience. Read it again from the top. Ezekiel 39:22.
From the top. And the heathen should know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity.
Stop right there. So the Most High said, and the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, for their sins against the Most High. That's why we're in this condition, black man, black woman.
Right.
Okay? Don't tell me you're free. Don't tell me you're free because you can smoke a damn spliff.
Right.
That's bullshit.
That's right.
Smoking a spliff doesn't make you free.
That's right.
Okay? What makes you free? You don't know what freedom is, man. So don't tell me you're free. Don't tell me because you pay your taxes you're free.
Right.
What makes you more of a slave?
That's right.
When you have to vote for a politician to allocate funds for your community, you're still a slave. When you got to vote for a president, you're still a slave.
Right.
Better wake up and smell reality.
That's right.
Wake up to facts and truth and stop being in this illusion that you're free. The white man said you're free because you can walk down and shop in the street. That's not freedom.
Right.
You don't have an inkling what freedom is. But the Most High is going to show you what true freedom is very soon. Read the verse again.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 39, verse 23.
Bring it out.
And the heathen should know.
What does the word heathen mean? The word heathen means nation. The nation's going to know why you black men went into slavery.
Right.
Why did you go into slavery? It's for a reason why. The word heathen means... No, listen to what I'm saying, brother. Listen good. The word heathen means nations. Okay, and what is captivity? Captivity is slavery.
Right.
Let's read again from the top.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 39, verse 23.
Bring it out.
And the heathen should know.
And the heathen shall know, which are the nations, go ahead,
That the house of Israel.
that the house of Israel, who's the house of Israel? We are the house of Israel. I'm looking at the house of Israel right here today. That's right. That's who we are.
Right.
Continue.
Went into captivity.
We went into captivity
For their iniquity.
for our iniquity. What is iniquity? Sins against the Most High. Transgression of the Most High laws. Continue.
Because they trespassed against me.
Because we trespass against the Most High. Continue.
Therefore I hid my face from them.
The Most High said, therefore I hid my face from them. How did the Most High hid his face from us? He turned us away and put us into the hands of our enemies.
That's right.
He said, I'm going to let your enemies... No, that's the book of Ezekiel. Ezekiel. The Most High said, I'm going to let your enemies take hold of you and punish you. So the Most High said he did what? He hid himself from us. Read again.
Because they trespassed against me. Therefore I hid my face from
The
them.
Most High said, therefore I hid my face from them. Go ahead.
And give them into the hands of their enemies.
So the Most High said, and I gave them into the hands of their enemies. So we have enemies. Don't tell me we don't have enemies. The
Right.
Most High said, I gave you into the hands of your enemies.
That's right.
Go ahead.
So fell they all by the sword.
And that's how we fell as a people. Because the Most High said, I gave you into the hand of your enemies. Since you don't want to respect me, I'll show you who's the power. Continue.
Verse 24. According to their uncleanness and according to their transgression have I done unto them and hid my face from them.
And the Most High said, I hid my face from them. Go ahead.
Verse 25. Therefore thus saith the Most High power. Now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob.
So the Most High said, he said, now, after we went through everything that we experienced in America, he said, now I'm going to bring again the captivity of my people Jacob. He said, now I'm going to take you out of slavery. Now, this is the time we're living in. Read that verse again.
Verse 25 from the top. Therefore thus saith the Most High power. Now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel.
So the Most High, go ahead.
And I will be jealous for my holy name. Verse 26. After that they have borne their shame.
So the Most High said, after we have borne our shame, to born something means that you have acknowledged what you have done. That's what it means to be born your shame. When you went through all that you experienced in America, the Jim Crowism,
Right.
the Ku Klux Klan, the
Right.
hatred,
Right.
all the hell that we went through in America. That's what it means when it said to be born, all the shame that you have been through. Go ahead.
And all their trespasses,
And all that we have done against the Most High. Go ahead.
whereby they have trespassed against me. When they dwell safely in their land,
When we going to dwell safely? When we go back into our own land. Right now, we're not into our own land. We're in the land of our enemies, serving out our punishment. Continue.
and none make them afraid.
And none is going to make us afraid. This is yet to be fulfilled. Go ahead.
Verse 27. When I have brought them again from the people,
So the Most High said, when I have brought them again from the people, go ahead.
and gathered them out of their enemies' land,
That's so beautiful. The Most High said, when I have gathered them out of their enemies' lands, because we're scattered to many parts of the earth. Read that part again.
verse 27 from the top. When I have brought them again from the people, and gathered them out of their enemies' land, and am sanctified in them in the sight of many nations. Verse 28. Then shall they know that I am the Most High their power.
Now we're going to know who the Most High is after we have served all this punishment that He put upon us. Go ahead.
Which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathens.
It's the Most High that caused us to be led into captivity amongst all the nations. Go ahead.
But I have gathered them unto their own land, and have left none of them any more there.
And that's going to be a future prophecy that's going to be played out very soon. We're approaching that time very soon.
This is the only foundation that you're coming from right now?
No, it's a lot more. It's a
I
lot
was
more.
about to say because you coming from here.
That's one perspective.
That's one.
That's one perspective.
I was about to say because these books were voted on by Roman Catholics.
Yeah, but the Roman Catholics
Voted on these books,
Yeah.
right? We the original Hebrews, but they voted on these books that we're speaking on now. That you're talking about. I'm a Christian man. That you're shooting back at us. This is the question that I have.
Yeah, even
Are we? You're looking at the Torah as well?
this is the Torah. I'm reading from the Torah.
Are you reading from the Holy Bible as well?
Yes, yes.
And what else are we looking at?
From all the historical records of the Hebrews. Okay, but this is
The Greeks.
Yes, some of the Greeks. From the Greeks, right? Some of the Greeks.
Have that because they stole.
Right, but this is the main foundation here to get us back on track.
Brother. This
All
is what I
right,
wanted
this
to-
is the
okay.
principle right here.
That's right.
Okay,
That's all I
all
wanted
right.
to hear.
So,
Respect.
all right,
God bless
that's
us,
our
but we
brother.
gotta talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bless her. We gonna talk right.
So you know who you are, though, right?
No, absolutely.
All right, that's good, my brother. That's right.
Absolutely.
Okay, hold that foot down, brother. Hold it down, brother. Hold that foot down. All praises, all right? All praises, man. All right. So that's the message we want to bring across to our people. That it's high time to awake out of sleep, man.
Right.
Okay? Because the judgment that the Most High is bringing is right around the corner. Okay? Playtime is over. The Most High is going to bring forth His judgment, and all the sinners of the Most High people is going to die by the sword. And that's the message that we bring to our people. All right? Get me one more scripture I want to get before I step down. Get me Amos, the 3rd chapter. Amos, the 3rd chapter. Let's start from the top. Amos, the 3rd chapter. Let's start from the top. Who's coming up next? We're going to close it down next?
No, Mike, you want to go?
Or Ash going to come up? Ash going to come up? Ash going to give him a little toast? Give him a little toast, Ash. They ain't hearing you a long time, Ash. They ain't hearing you a long time, Ash.
Amos, the 3rd chapter.
Yeah, let's start from the top. Yeah.
All right. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Most High have spoken against you, O children of Israel.
All right, hear the Most High said, hear this word that the Most High have spoken against you, O children of Israel. All throughout this Bible, that's what you see. O children of Israel, O Jacob, O Israel, O Israel. Who is the Most High talking to? He's talking to us as a people. O Israel, hear this word the Most High has spoken against you, O children of Israel. Read that verse again.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Most High has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying,
The whole family that I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, and the Most High brought us up from the land of Egypt, ancient Egypt, just like He's going to bring us up from this modern day Egypt. Go ahead.
verse 2. You only have I known
You only have I known
of all the families of the earth.
of all the families of the earth. So of all the nations that the Most High made in the earth, he said, you only have I known. Meaning, you're the only one that I gave my laws, statutes, and commandments to. You're the only one that I've dealt with personally, face to face, directly. Continue.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
The Most High says, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Continue.
Verse 3, can two walk together except they agree?
That's it. That's it on that. All right? So with that, I'm going to let the next broad come up. I will afford you more, but I'm going to leave some to the other younger broads so express themselves in the Most High words. With that,
You coming up, I want.
I said death to our enemies, and may the Most High reign, and he bring forth his judgment, and send forth his mighty angels for the destruction of our enemies, and the destruction of all those that hate the Most High.
Khan.